Dear seeker, pause for a moment and look within. Have you ever wondered why the heart trembles with an unspoken fear, even when your hands hold food, your home stands strong, and your body is alive and breathing? Why is it that security feels like a shadow, close at one moment, gone the next, never fully grasped? This fear of survival, this restless search for stability, follows many lives like a silent companion. And yet, the ancient masters have always whispered, true security does not come from gold, from walls, or from possessions. It flows from the awakening of your root, the Muladhara Chakra. Babaji once revealed to his disciples, the earth has already promised to hold you. It is your own forgetting that makes you feel unsafe. Just as a mighty tree cannot survive without its roots, so too a seeker cannot rise in spiritual light without first grounding into the sacred foundation of being. The Muladhara is that root, a radiant lotus at the base of the spine, glowing like red fire, carrying the power of stability, survival, and divine trust. But when this root is clouded, the seeker feels lost, haunted by fear of tomorrow, doubt in the present, and the illusion of separation from the Divine Mother. To awaken the Muladhara is to step out of that illusion, to feel the embrace of the earth beneath your feet, and to know that you are already supported by an infinite hand. Dear seeker, this journey is not about escaping the world, but about remembering your unshakable ground. As Babaji has always guided, when the root is steady, the soul can rise without fear. Dear seeker, Babaji once said, the tree that forgets its roots cannot stand against the storm. In the same way, the soul that forgets its foundation cannot find peace, no matter how high it climbs. The Muladhara Chakra, the sacred root, is that foundation. Hidden at the base of the spine, it glows like a crimson lotus with 4 petals, silently sustaining your life force. It is here that the raw energy of survival rests, waiting to be awakened into divine stability. The Muladhara is not just a chakra, it is the anchor of your human journey. Just as a house cannot stand without its base, no spiritual ascent can last if the root is neglected. When the Muladhara is balanced, the seeker feels a deep trust in existence, a quiet sense that life itself is holding them. When it is disturbed, fear, insecurity, and doubt creep in, making every step uncertain. Babaji reminded his disciples, do not mistake the Muladhara for mere earthliness. It is the doorway to heaven through stability. For it is here, in this foundation, that Kundalini Shakti rests in silence, coiled like a serpent of light, waiting for the call of awakening. Without a steady root, this energy cannot rise, it becomes trapped in the turbulence of fear. The Muladhara teaches you that true strength is not in rigid walls but in deep grounding. Like a tree rooted in the soil yet stretching to the sky, the seeker must first root in divine security before aspiring to higher realms. Dear seeker, when you honor the Muladhara, you do not just find stability, you discover the ground of your eternal being. Dear seeker, Babaji often reminded his disciples, fear is not born of the world outside, it is born of the mind that forgets its eternal source. Reflect upon this truth. The earth still holds you, the breath still moves within you, and the sun still rises each morning. Yet, the heart trembles, afraid of tomorrow, afraid of loss, afraid of not having enough. This is the shadow cast by forgetfulness. The survival instinct is natural, it protects the body and sustains life. But when it takes command of the mind, it creates restlessness and distrust. The seeker begins to ask, will I be safe tomorrow? Will I have enough to survive? Will the world truly support me? In this endless questioning, peace is lost, and the Muladhara becomes clouded. Babaji spoke gently, the earth herself is your mother. The moment you place your feet upon her, she has already accepted you. Why then do you live as if abandoned? Fear arises only when we forget this embrace. The illusion of fear is that it makes you feel alone, cut off from divine support. But in truth, existence has never left you. Consider the river, dear seeker. It does not fear whether the ocean will receive it. It flows with trust, knowing the destination is already assured. so too must the soul flow with faith, rooted in the knowledge that the divine provides. Fear is the veil, trust is the unveiling. When you look deeper, you will see, insecurity is not from lack of provision but from lack of remembrance. The Muladhara Chakra is the sacred reminder that you are eternally rooted in divine care, and no storm can uproot what the Eternal has planted. Dear seeker, Babaji always reminded, the spirit may reach for the sky, but the body must first rest upon the earth. Without grounding, the seeker becomes like a flame in the wind, bright for a moment, but easily disturbed. Grounding is the sacred art of anchoring your energy into the earth, so that your Muladhara Chakra may awaken in strength and calm. Babaji guided his disciples with simple yet profound practices. He would say, walk barefoot upon the earth, and let her heartbeat steady your own. When your feet touch the soil, you are not merely walking, you are remembering your connection to the Divine Mother who sustains all beings. Another practice is to sit in stillness, spine upright, breath gentle, awareness resting at the base of the spine. Here, visualize roots of light extending deep into the earth, drawing stability, strength, and peace. With each inhale, feel the earth's energy rising into you. With each exhale, release your fears into her vast embrace. Babaji also spoke of the grounding power of simplicity, eating with gratitude, tending to nature, touching water with reverence, and honoring the body with conscious movement. These are not small acts, dear seeker. Each is a thread that ties you back to your root. When practiced daily, grounding dissolves restlessness and awakens security. You begin to feel steady, like a mountain that does not bow to the storm. Babaji would gently remind, the earth is not beneath you, she is within you. To ground is to remember that you are never separate from her eternal support. Thus, grounding is not a ritual alone, it is the sacred bridge between your earthly life and your divine awakening. Dear seeker, Babaji often spoke with great tenderness, do not cling to the branch of fear when the tree of trust is waiting to hold you. Fear is the chain that binds the soul to restlessness, but faith is the key that sets it free. The Muladhara Chakra blossoms not by resistance, but by surrendering into trust, trust in the divine order, trust in the abundance of life, and trust in your eternal root. When fear arises, it whispers, what if tomorrow brings emptiness? What if I lose all that I have? But Babaji gently guided, the same hand that carried you through yesterday will carry you through tomorrow. The illusion of lack dissolves the moment faith awakens. Faith is not blind, it is the recognition that life itself is a sacred current, always flowing, always providing. Babaji taught his disciples the practice of seva, or selfless service, as a way to transcend fear. When you give, whether food, time, or kindness, you declare silently to the universe, I trust there is enough. In giving, the grip of fear weakens, and the current of abundance flows stronger through you. Gratitude, too, is a great medicine for the Muladhara. By acknowledging the shelter you have, the breath that sustains you, and the earth that holds you, the restless mind bows to the truth, you are already supported. Dear seeker, transcendence does not mean escaping fear but walking through it with faith. Babaji would often whisper, the seed does not doubt the soil. Why then should the soul doubt the divine? When faith anchors your root, survival fear dissolves like mist before the morning sun, and divine security shines forth as your natural state. Dear seeker, Babaji often reminded, when the root is steady, the whole tree stands fearless beneath the sky. In the same way, when the Muladhara Chakra is awakened and balanced, its fragrance spreads into every aspect of life. How can you know that your root is in harmony? The signs appear not in imagination, but in your daily walk, your breath, and your heart's quiet strength. The first sign is steadiness. A balanced Muladhara makes you like a mountain, calm, unmoving, unshaken by passing winds. Life may bring storms, but you do not collapse under their weight. Your actions carry firmness, your decisions carry clarity, and your body itself feels grounded, steady, and alive. The second sign is trust. Babaji would say, the heart that trusts does not measure tomorrow with fear. In balance, you no longer doubt life's provision. You move through your day with quiet confidence, knowing that what is needed will be given at the right time. Fear of scarcity loosens its grip, and the river of faith carries you with ease. The third sign is belonging. When the Muladhara shines, you no longer feel like a stranger to the world. A deep ease awakens within you, with the earth, with people, and with your own body. You recognize that you are not an isolated drop, but part of the infinite ocean of creation. Babaji gently reminded his disciples, the true wealth of a seeker is not counted in coins, but in the strength of his root. Dear seeker, when steadiness, trust, and belonging arise in you, know that your Muladhara is no longer bound by fear. It has become the root of divine security, nourishing your journey toward higher light. Dear seeker, Babaji often reminded, spirituality must not remain in the cave of meditation, it must flow into every step you take. The Muladhara Chakra is not only awakened in deep silence, it is nourished through the way you live each day. Divine security is not a distant state, it is a presence you can invite into your breath, your food, your actions, and your thoughts. Begin each morning by honoring the earth. When your feet first touch the ground, pause and whisper gratitude, Mother, thank you for holding me. In that simple gesture, you remember that your life rests upon her eternal support. When you eat, bless the food before you. Babaji taught that conscious eating grounds the body and purifies the mind. Each grain, each drop of water, is the earth's offering. By receiving it with reverence, you awaken stability within. Whenever fear rises, bring your awareness gently to the base of your spine. Breathe deeply, and with each breath affirm, I am safe. I am rooted in the divine. This practice realigns the Muladhara, dissolving the illusion of insecurity. Seva, or selfless action, is also a great awakener of divine security. Serve another being, plant a tree, feed the hungry, or speak words of kindness. In giving, you remind your soul that abundance is already present and flowing. Babaji would tell his disciples, to live with Muladhara awareness is to walk the earth like a child in its mother's arms, fearless, trusting, and free. Dear seeker, awaken your Muladhara not only in meditation, but in every choice, every breath, every step. Then your daily life itself becomes the temple of divine security, where no fear can enter and no storm can uproot your soul. Dear seeker, as we close this sacred reflection, remember, fear is only the shadow of forgetfulness, but security is the light of remembrance. The Muladhara Chakra is not just a center of survival, it is the divine root of your being, the silent promise that you are never alone, never abandoned, never unsupported. Babaji often whispered to his disciples, when you know your root, no storm can uproot you. Let these words live within you. Each time fear arises, return to your root. Each time doubt clouds your heart, ground yourself in the earth and in faith. The divine has carried you through countless lifetimes and will carry you still. True wealth is not measured in possessions, but in steadiness of heart. True safety is not in walls of stone, but in the unwavering trust that the universe itself is your shelter. When your Muladhara awakens, you walk through life as a fearless child of the Eternal Mother, held in her embrace, guided by her love. Dear seeker, I invite you now to pause and reflect. What practices will you take into your life to awaken your root? How will you invite grounding, gratitude, and faith into your daily steps? Share your reflections in the comments, for your words may inspire another traveler on this sacred path. If this message of Babaji's wisdom has touched your heart, let it spread, share it with a fellow seeker, and let the light of divine security reach where fear still lingers. Together, we create a circle of remembrance, where no soul walks alone. Until we meet again on this journey of light, may you remain rooted in faith, steady in spirit, and fearless in heart. Jai Guru Dev.